Tynee Talks. We're gonna talk about it right here. Yeah. You ready? It's Tynee Talks right here. We gon' talk about it right here. We gon' talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real clear. It's Tynee Talks right here. We gon' talk about it right here. I'ma talk about everything you like. I'ma make it real clear, cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. Yeah, cause it's Tynee Talks. And I'ma talk about it. And welcome to the Tynee Talks podcast, the podcast where you come to laugh and learn, the podcast that entertains and educates. I am your host, Tynee Talks, and I have a really great episode for you all today. And it's with everything that's going on in the world on social media, you know, it's all about red flags. And today's show is entitled Flag on the Play. Flag on the Play. We recognizing red flags from dating to jobs, just to everything in general. And I have a very special guest. Y'all know I love comedy. Y'all know I love to laugh. So I got Clark Atlanta's own, her mama and daddy's own, comedian Kyndra Crump. Welcome to the show, Kyndra.
Yes, I had to put a hand clap for that introduction, but it was a couple things you left out.
Because I'm not in the studio right now, so I didn't have my...
It's a couple things you left out. I am in a poly relationship with rapper The Game and Nelly. Okay, so yes, that as well. We live in a bridge house right now. You know, so that's pretty much it. So yeah, girl,
it's okay, Kyndra. I was about to get into all of that. I was going to get into all of that. First, so I wanted to let my audience know, you know, this season I am focusing on my engagement leading up to my marriage, but I will be throwing in some, Amen. You know, general, usual Tynee Talks episodes up in this piece. And so I definitely was happy to have my girl, Kyndra Crump, on. So Kyndra, tell my audience a little bit about you. You already told them that you're in a polyamorous relationship with Nelly, STL's own Nelly and LA's own The Game. What's his real name?
Jason Terrell Taylor and Cornell Haynes Jr. There it is.
Okay, period. So you really is a girlfriend or a delusion. You something. Delusion. A grander are real, and maybe you might be the red flag.
Oh, call him out. Look, I got red hair. I know you see it. See a little bit of that red. There it is. Yes, I'm a. You see it a little bit. You see.
I see what you got going on.
It's yeah. But first off, I want to say I didn't know you was a whole rapper out here, honey. I was like, is she about to rap on the beat? I said, let me find out she got a studio in her house because I rap too. Can I spit you a hot 16 real quick?
Go ahead and do it.
Okay, Kyndra. In all black, I stay strapped. What you know about that Kridnack mixtape coming out soon?
I won't purchase it. Not doing it. But I will come to a comedy show, not buying your rap album.
Yeah, it's okay. That's why I want a ghostwriter. You know, I want to have groupies and you know and stuff like that. Take my shirt off and then rip it and throw it in the crowd. See who catches it.
Right. So do you ghostwrite for Jason or Nelly?
You know what? I tried, right? And they said, take this stuff back, but not in those words, right? It, you know, they have much vulgar language and I respect you. So I'm not going to say what they, you know, their language on your podcast. Okay.
Thank you for respecting me, Kyndra. So where are you from? Where did you originate from? What's your origin story?
So I came from one of the 7 heavens that talks about in the Bible. Okay, I don't know which one. Then I came to my mother's womb, sometime during that good year of Freaknik. Last year, good year of Freaknik, right? Right. I was came out of the womb in Crawford Long Hospital in Atlanta, and I am yes. I am just a free-spirited person who just loves Jesus Christ. You know, I always say, man, you start your day off with God in the morning and you listen to Trick Daddy afterwards. It's a healthy balance, okay? So with that being said, I just realized, like, when it came with comedy, that was like last on my list. I never thought about being a comedian. A lot of people just would say you are hilarious, you need your own radio and television show, and that you need to go forth with this dream. And I had kids tell me, Mommy, I like her, she's funny. And there's 3 things, all right, that don't lie. It's children, a drunk man, and leggings. Okay. So with that being said, I said, let me go ahead and go forth with it. And here I am.
You're right, Kyndra. Kids don't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was little, when I was like 3 years old, I had a godmother. She passed on now.
My condolences.
But you know, she was a cancer patient at the time. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you cancer patient, their hair is gone. And so I asked my mom, I was like, why she look like a bald-headed onion? This is my 3-year-old self.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know she was dying of cancer.
That's not funny. That is not
funny. Kids are horrible. I was the problem. I was the red flag.
I mean, but listen, you're a kid. Now, if you were 13, then yeah, you can get pop upside your head, you know, right. But you were 3.
I was 3. I didn't know. I was just.
Do you remember saying that, or your parents told you that you said that?
My mom told me when I got older that I said that.
Did you ever like say abrasive language in your household out of like just because like you heard it from school and you said it and your parents like, where'd you learn that from? Did you ever have that type of like household or anything else in that realm?
No, when I was growing up, so I guess I can only say it like this. Mm-hmm. If you were telling a story and the story happened to have a cuss word in it, but only if it was like super, super relevant to the story.
Of course.
I had to preface it and be like, okay, Mama, they said a cuss word and I can only convey the story to you if I say the cuss word. It was kind of like that. But it didn't happen often. It was kind of one of those things like, Mama, I gotta say it so that.
Your household was much cooler than my household. I'll tell you that. Like, no, you know what? In my household, no one said profanity. I didn't even know what the curse words were till I hit 6th grade. And when I heard them, everybody got cursed out. I did not care. Run it. That's how I was. Like, and then I stopped cursing for a few years, and then people they peer pressure me into cursing. And then I did again and I stopped. And now it's like, I don't wake up in the morning and say shit. I don't do that. Like I wake up in a good mood. I do. I always am in a good mood. But other than that, people wake up like, bro, why is it the first word out your mouth? Did you have a bad dream last night? Are you not happy to be alive?
What's your favorite cuss word?
I like shit. That's my favorite. Cause that's, you know,
shit what the thing was my first cuss word. That was literally my first cuss word.
Do you remember what was going on at that time that happened?
What was going on with the shit? No, oh my God. Yeah, shit was. So I don't know, when I was little, you know, they used to do tongue twisters and you would say, I grew up on a pirate ship. And so then they would say, now hold your tongue and say, I grew up on a pirate ship. So when you hold your tongue, you say, I grew up on a pile of shit. It sounds like up on a pile of shit.
Your childhood might seem a little bit more lit than mine, honey. We didn't do any of that. We didn't. But you know what's so crazy though? So you know how like I noticed on TV, right? TV, it used to be a time like, I don't know what time period, you know, your parents were born in. My parents were born like in the 40s, early, like in the late 40s, early 50s, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got some old ass parents.
Damn.
So with that being said, there was a time where, you know, on television, they didn't show what they show now. Like they would have parents hold hands on TV, but like the all out, like sexual everything. The fact that like, I don't know if you watch the BET Hip Hop Awards, but on BET, they say shit all the time. I'm like, wow, like this word is, yes, like you can go on the Hip Hop Awards and you can say that word. Nobody edits out nothing. I'm telling you, everything is like, that word is just a normal word now. And I'm like, wow, there's nothing, you know, on the VMAs, if Cardi and Megan were able to perform WAP on the VMAs at 8 o'clock at night when the kids were still up, what do you think?
Time television.
Yes, exactly. So what do you like? Nothing is sacred no more, man. Nothing. But you know what? Now where it is with me and my mother, like if my mother uses a word, like uses curse words first, and she doesn't say like abrasive language, you know. But if she uses words first, and that's when I feel like okay, I can say it after her. You know, but I just
Okay.
can't wake up in the morning and be like, Mom, how the F are you? I can't do that.
Oh,
You
no,
know.
no, no. I don't, even when I was grown, I didn't cuss around my mom. I try not to cuss around my mom. If I cuss, it was probably, she was in close proximity to me. And maybe I was on the phone, but you know, it was a respect thing. So let's get into these red flags, Miss Kyndra.
Yes, ma'am.
So before we, you know, started the podcast, you were telling me about your coworker who's a whole red flag. Tell us about that.
Yes, I don't even remember this girl's name, but I know she waxes vaginas for a living now, right? True story, she does. So she is I thought her body was real, but it's really fake. She's every couple years she is getting a new body part. This year she just went to Turkey to get a new nose because she said since childhood she hated her nose and she could not wait until she got older to get her nose. And so with that being said, she basically, you know, I guess is a lesbian or so. I'm not sure what her sexual background type thing is, but she'll post these booty pictures, right? She has 2,000 followers on top of that, which is like, sis, I understand you had 200,000 or 20,000, but you got 2,000 followers. You're not, nobody's coming to your page. There's no traffic.
With 2,000 followers, though, you can become a brand ambassador. So maybe she's trying to, you know, to be a brand ambassador.
You're red flagging right now, red flagging, sis. But no, so what happened was, you know, like I said, she was married one time, and I mentioned, you know, I think when she came back down to Atlanta, I mentioned something about us hanging out because I enjoyed talking to her when we were at work. But then I had to realize these are your coworkers, not your friends, right? I didn't realize that at the time. And then she mentioned something about how she's gonna be with her husband, and I'm thinking, oh, I didn't know you was married the way that you be acting. I can't even tell, right? But you know how she just brags about how she looks, you know, cooter better than your man. And mind you, let me tell you guys, like I said earlier, I'm a free spirit, right? I was trying to figure out what is it that I liked, and I realized I like men, but at the same time, sometimes these men get on my nerves enough where I'm like, I might be a carpet muncher one day, but I hope not, because women are annoying as well. Back to
Wait a minute, have you been a carpet muncher before?
I have. I said I was a free spirit. Yes, I have been.
Okay, how was
carpet munched on one person. It was my best friend. I talked about this on my stand-up yesterday. It was my best friend at the time, and I was really trying to enact the Amber Rose and Black China. This is back in 2014.
Wait. So she's not your best friend anymore?
I'll tell you why.
Okay,
so this is back in 2014. I remember I actually had this thought in my mind that if a woman told you she liked women, that meant in my mind I thought she meant she liked all women, right? And mind you, I'm not the best looking woman in the world, but I'm not the worst looking woman in the world. Okay, I got a stripper body, which is why I purposely try to look like a Muslim, because I don't like that type of attention. Okay. You know, women with real bodies, we cover up. The other ones, back to the story. So so with that being said, I would always have women say, oh, you're pretty. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, that means they like me or whatever else it may be. But no, they just think that you're pretty or whatever. But at the same time, you're going to go and have sex with this girl who looks like a squirrel with a trash bag wrapped around her head. Make it make sense, sis. You know what time it is. Okay. Back to the story. So what happened with my friend, I remember that we were on her mother's bed, okay, watching.
Disrespectful. Red flag.
Yes. We were, you know, what was on the background was Steve Wilkos. It was so unromantic, but I was remember watching, like, this is when Amber Rose and Black China, this was like 2014, 2015, where they used to take these really cute like pictures and everything else. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I know they probably sleep with each other, probably not, but I want that same thing. We're in our imaginary Rolls Royce. But here's the thing, my girlfriend had female friend who's a girl. My girlfriend, yes, she literally had no car and didn't have a license. Like, I had to take her to go take her license test, right? I was the only one, and this was like upsetting me and my homegirls, okay? My play homegirls in my head, right? My imaginary friends. We were all being upset right now because of the fact that if I'm like, you know, if we're all young adults, like we just graduate high school, why am I the only one? And again, my father was very fortunate to give me a car, but the fact of the matter is you don't have a license. You still are on your permit. We just graduated high school, people. So what happened was I said to her, because I had a couple more female best friends, a couple more girls who were just really cool homegirls. And I asked every single one of them, I'm like, okay, do you want to do something, mess around, whatever? And they're like, no, Kyndra. One person was like, no, because you're a virgin.
You openly asked them? You weren't afraid?
Yeah, I wasn't afraid. I'm like, they know. I mean, you whip your titty out on me. This must mean something, okay? We're bosom buddies now, okay?
Okay. Did you go to a white school?
No, it was 60% white, 40% black, or 35% black, the other percentage other.
But these are black girls you talking to?
Yes.
Okay.
Or maybe I should have had some white girlfriends and then it would have been on and popping, throw some ecstasy up in there. Oh yeah, back to the story. So I literally would do that. I asked them and they all were like, oh no. One girl was like, because you're a virgin, I feel like it might hurt. Bitch, it's head. It's not going to hurt. You use this like the same way you use your mouth on a man, it's the same way you use your mouth on a woman. It's not going to hurt. Okay. Don't you play me like that. You know what time it is, right? But anyway, so the other girl, she's like, well, Kyndra, I watched you grow up. We've been friends since we were like 8 years old. So no, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, whatever. The last girl said, okay, you might be my last hope. Cause I was like literally going through like girls, like underwear, just like kept throwing them in the basket. Couldn't figure out like what the heck is going on. The last one, this is what she said. She said, she paused and she said, where are we going to do this at? And I'm like, in my mind, I did the nigga dance inside, but I was like, I couldn't show her the nigga dance. I said, okay. I don't know. I guess, you know, when your mom is gone or whatever else it may be. And when I tell you it was paranoia each time, because for whatever reason, the very first time we were down.
I feel like this girl was your best friend because you said she was just the last resort.
Well, okay. Here's the thing, sis. Here's the thing. I really she came into my mind because of the fact that she was like probably in the back of my mind. Okay. But I wanted to, you know, save the best for last.
Okay. You gonna clean it up because she gonna listen to this podcast.
She's not gonna listen to this podcast. If she does, then I mean, we already talked about this. I didn't say her name, so she won't know it's her. But anyway,
she gonna think back to 2014. She know where her mama bedroom was. Yeah. How many mama's beds?
But it was 15 October 2015. It was during a weekday. Back to the story. So anyway, with that being said, it was one of those things. And I remember she stopped talking to me and like left me, and I needed closure. I didn't understand why. And we spoke earlier this year, last year. And she told me the reason was because she felt like I was trying to use her. And I couldn't quite be honest with her, even to present day, and be like, yes, I was. But at the same time, it would not have gone that far because you didn't have a car. I wasn't about to be like, you're my child, me picking you up and dropping you off. I didn't have time for that, sis. I didn't have time for that. And, you know, now it's like one of those things where we're cool. Like she supports me. She'll repost my material.
Kyndra. Okay. So this girl, she took your carpet munch virginity. She was the first person you munched on.
Yeah. And probably the last, because women, y'all need to be a little bit more cleaner. I'm just keeping it real. Like we smell like McDonald's pocket change. I don't know. Y'all diet is bad. Okay. I don't have time for that. Unless you want to give me head, I don't care. Head is head.
Don't get my show canceled. Moving.
But no, I mean, but no, like, wait, hold on. I'm just like not trying to get the show, but going back to the moral of the story is this, right? What you see, fantasy, what you see online is not going to be reality. And I was chasing this fantasy thinking this is really what I want. Okay. This is going to sound so freaking crazy, but this is what I wanted. I wanted to have a homegirl who was my best friend or a really good friend of mine who we could end up being together. And then when it's like, okay, sis, I don't think I want to do this anymore. This is what we're going to do. Now we're going to go ahead and go find boyfriends, and I will wait until you get a boyfriend or you'll wait for me. And once we get each other a boyfriend, then we can go double date. Okay. And then that's where it's going to end, because we're not doing that. You know, then you see sword fighting of penises. We don't do that. Okay. That's what I was hoping to happen in my mind. Cause I'm like, I'm a good person. Yes, God, I know I'm doing something that in Leviticus it talks about me not doing, but doggone it, you if you got freaking these entertainers who disrespect their wives and they making millions of dollars, okay? Lil Wayne's a colorist. Chris Brown don't give a damn about dark-skinned women, but for whatever reason, dark-skinned women are still celebrating this man. Why can't I get what I want? Okay, that's all I have to say.
I mean, he's fine.
You said what?
He's fine. Chris Brown is fine.
What's that supposed to mean? He doesn't give
a
since red flag on you. He does not give a damn about black dark-skinned women. We need to cancel the man. But
I don't desire to date him. I just think he looks good.
Okay.
You feel me?
What about Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne is
not attractive.
Okay. So
he can. I'm glad he loved red bones and yellow bones and.
That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace.
Stay right on over there because no.
T.I. disrespects his wife and kids, okay? But he's still celebrated. Gucci and Louis do not give a damn about black folks, but black people are still wearing it. Well, I don't know, sis, I'm very woke, but red flag on me as well, right?
It's a red flag on you. So, Kyndra, what are some dating red flags besides the girls that you've munched on?
One, a girl, L. I've had multiple. Listen, man, like I said, head is head as long as it puts me to bed. So back to the story. Dating red flag. What? Dating red flag is number one. Poor communication. I have a thing about people who are not good adults who do not communicate properly. Let me tell you something. And this is with anything. If you have obligations and you're not letting me know that you are, running behind or something happened with a babysitter or whatever, you get 2 reschedules out of me. After that, that's it. Ain't no more. You date men with kids? I will. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Because I learned as I'm getting older, the people who will holler at me are older and they have had a life before I did. Now, if you're roommates with your kids' mom, red flag, and you're trying to date me, I have an issue with that. If you are texting what you're doing all day, I don't even like what you're doing. You get one what you're doing out of me, and I let you know. If any woman who is paying at least $1,200 in bills alone a month, we're not interested in that. Okay. No. What's something else? I would say, what you doing, where you at? Somebody who is asking you, send me a pic. Do you not know what I look like?
The worst. That's the worst. Let me tell you what another red flag is. When they call you directly from Facebook or Instagram, because you can call people now. We don't know you. Why are you calling? Because you like a photo? Red flag. Flag on the flag.
Hey, can I come live with you? Can I come stay with you?
Who's asking you these questions, Kyndra?
Honey, you'd be surprised. Can I get some money?
What?
Yeah.
People ask you this?
Yes, they do.
Have you given them money, Kyndra?
No, why would I do that?
You paused. You had me scared.
No. That was a dramatic pause. But no, I don't do that. The only time I would give money is if God told me and placed it on my heart to do that. And it was this one woman, and she showed me receipts. This one of my followers. She showed me receipts, and guess what she did after I gave her? I gave her a little bit of extra, and she still hit me up the next day, and she still keeps in contact with me now. Okay. And that was many months ago.
Okay.
And I will probably never ever meet this woman in person, but she literally has shown me everything. I said, okay. I said, and I told her before I had given it to her, I said, if you out here trying to finesse, then God's going to come back at you tenfold. And she says, I know.
That's real.
And guess what? After that, I just, I gave it to her, and I'm like, what? She doesn't hit me back. It's okay. I did what I did I was supposed to do what she did. She says, thank you so much. And she started hitting on me. I said, well, I'm about to have a cougar round.
Ooh. So Kyndra, if T.I. came at you right now, he wanted to produce a movie.
Oh.
The movie was called Red Flag. Mm-hmm. And he said, Kyndra, you're a comedian. You get to write the premise. You get to star in the movie. So I want you to tell me what the movie is about and who would star in the movie with you, and who would be your love interest, and who would be your comedy, duo with you?
My love interest is going to be Nelly. It has to be a rapper. It has to be a rapper because they are red flags to the T. Okay, they're not faithful to their woman. Mm-mm. They're always gone all the time. What are you doing? So that has to leave you at home. Sometimes, they don't come back to their hometown. Okay. They just move out to the white folks area. Come on now. What about me?
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, sis.
Comedic duo, Carlos Miller. And
I absolutely adore him.
Yes.
I adore him. Have you met him?
No, I haven't seen him yet. But what the thing about it is only thing about when it comes with these entertainers is that I do not want to be disappointed by my favorite comedian because they might really be jerks in real life.
I don't think he is. He seems like a real nigga.
No, I feel you're right. But at the same time, I expect the unexpected with people, Mm-hmm. And there's a woman named comedian Miss Pat. She's from Atlanta.
I know Miss Pat. Oh, I don't know her, but I know
you heard of her. Those two, I would do those duo with those two.
And so they would be in your movie Red Flag.
Yes, ma'am.
And what would be the premise of the movie?
The premise is I'm over here trying to, Nelly just randomly slid in my DM after I done spammed this man's account. Okay. And he slid in my DM. And
he slid in your DM as Kyndra Crump, the comedian?
Yes.
What is your character in the movie? You play yourself?
I do, but it's going to be my alter ego Dynasty because that was going to be my stripper name because I was going to be a stripper, right? But then I realized I got 2 left feet. I was going to be the first stripper in history bringing home pocket change. You would have thought I was working for a nonprofit organization, okay?
Kyndra, so, yes. Do you want to know what my stripper name is?
I'm going to guess.
Okay, guess.
I'm going to say Diamond.
No, baby girl, but you close because you said a D. My stripper name is Disability.
And why is that?
Back problems and knee problems.
You better slap some big gay on you and say, and put no homo, say no homo when you slap it on. And
the first stripper to bring home a handicap placard. That's me.
I actually interviewed a blind stripper from Florida.
How does that work? How does she go on the pose?
So she has a cane and she actually gets up on stage. She has a money counter on her phone, on her iPhone, and she has and her dances are $50 per dance. And so she literally will shake. She'll dance. She gets her cane. She starts dancing and everything.
Well, she's blind.
And she knows how to fight.
Okay. She know how to fight?
Yeah, she beat up a girl.
She swung that cane across her.
No, she like because what when she started losing her vision, her mom, started teaching her, at a young age, like, okay, what you can do. And so the kids in the neighborhood, because kids were making fun of her. And she's like, you better get out there. And she's like, if you guys can beat up my daughter, then I'm gonna pay you some money. And no one could beat her up. And she what she does, she feels she can feel around and everything else like that. And when that person's in reach and she grabs them, she going in.
Is you lying?
Go look. Brianna Blair is her name. Bae Charles is her name. BAE Charles. Go look her up, man, on Google.
Okay, I'm gonna go look her up, Kyndra, because you are absolutely.
I interviewed her, and you know what she said? She says, I can tell. She says, you gave me Lizzo vibes. She says, I can tell you're brown skin and you have very fat coochie lips. I said, girl, how did you know? I said, you can see it one day when I come out there. Or you can really feel them. I don't, she can't.
Wait a minute. You interviewed her in person or virtually?
I was virtual. I'm not, no.
And she knew this about you.
She knew, she said it on the podcast the next day.
She could sense that you had.
Yeah, she sensed that. I'm like, sis, how did you know that? People don't guess that at all. Unless you, people be, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was that fat. I'm like, yes, I know. I'd be ready to, but it's got nothing but fur on top. Because I don't be shaving. That's how I cock block myself.
Kyndra, have you heard about the 18-year-old marrying her guy daddy in Florida?
Oh my God. And that man's 61 years old. He's not 47. He is 61.
I know. They pulled up his jail record. It had his real birth date on it. He look, bro, I wouldn't want him humping on me. He look nasty.
But you know what? And she's trying to defend it. But you know what the thing about it is? He is one of many people in the world who is a pedophile, and they're predators. And it's not only men who are predators or pedophiles, it's women as well. There are, like, my thing is this, man, if you are as a woman, even if that person, the one that you're dating, is 30 years old and you're 60, you're still a predator. You guys are 30 years apart. Right. You have nothing in common. Like, and here's the thing, right? There are things that we know is wrong, but people will still try to go against the grain and put it out there like that's okay. And it's not.
No, it's not at all.
It's not, but it's like if I say, when I come across guys who try to holler at me and I'm like, I'm telling you, I literally have my hand out open like the Gross sisters. You are trying to holler at me. And I know people are gonna be like, well, Kyndra, what about Nelly in the game? Well, they got money and they look good. That's the difference. It ain't gonna be I'm not gonna marry you. We're gonna have fun for like 6 months and I'm gonna do away with you. I don't have time for that.
I can't wait to meet JC on, and I'm gonna slide him your information, Kyndra.
If you meet him before I do, that's fine. I tell him to respond, check his DM and type in the Kyndra Crump Show. And he's gonna realize I sent him 3 messages and I went on the other page, the game. Okay. Come on now. They know what time it is.
Oh my God, Kyndra, you have thoroughly entertained me tonight.
I want to do a little stand up with you as well.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, you ready?
A few minutes. We got a few minutes before we go. Do a little stand up.
How much? You gotta actually give me a timer, because I mean I'm sober right now. If I was under the influence of some cocaine, it'd be crazy. Back to the story. So yes, guys. Hi, my name is Kyndra Crump.
You got 5 minutes.
Okay. Hi guys, my name is Kyndra Crump, aka the HNIC, because I am the head nigga in charge. I'm so much of the HNIC, y'all, that's actually my Wi-Fi network name, and for whatever reason, like my mama somehow like got into my house and she changed the Wi-Fi like passcode and stuff like that, but it's okay. That's why she looks like a backwards question mark. But you know what, guys? I love my mother. I really do. But I got a smart mouth. I had been roasting this woman since I was J-High. I remember the very first day I became a woman, when you first start bleeding, right? And I said, oh, now I can have babies. I'm going to have like, one child for every month of the year. And then she said to me, Kyndra, is that all you want to be in life, is on your back? And I said, are you mad because that's all you were in your life? But
oh my God.
For whatever.
Kyndra, thank you.
I'm not done. Give me my 3 minutes left. Hold on. We go, good enough. But for whatever reason, man, like, it's like they always say 2 women can't live underneath the same roof and everything else like that. And I remember I had my sister she was staying with us as well, and this woman, Black folks be round up. She's like 20 years older than me, but she's a hater, man. And I don't know if it's because of all that eczema that's on her body goes to her brain. It's like overload, malfunction, or whatever else it may be, right? And the worst part about eczema is like, I got it too, but it's on my money makers, my tatas, okay? These are called Zaza titties. I be selling them for like $30 per picture, okay? $30 per tit, okay? I'm raising the price now. It used to be $15 per tit, but now it's $30. So I'm now $60. Okay, they look great. They're
the price keeps going up.
Yes, okay, because the price of gas and the price of living is going up. Okay, for whatever reason, man, I don't have time for this. But yes, I got like perky breasts. Okay, shout out to all the women out there whose breasts don't look like skinny hot dogs. Okay, and if you are in your 20s and you ain't got no kids and your breasts are longer than a NASCAR race, sis, you are irresponsible. Okay, and also, who else is irresponsible? The men whose hairline's going back further than abuse in the Jackson family, and you are in your 20s too. Like, come on now. Like, I don't understand as to why you have that
further than the abuse in the Jackson family.
I did.
You are a whole red flag. The Jacksons is royalty. Stop it.
But I just don't understand. How can you be that irresponsible? It's like, what else I feel like is irresponsible? I know, God creates us to all be different, but women who have really big thighs, and you want to be, we all just do a little check back once they walk past, and ain't no butt there. Where did your butt go? Did it go to your big head? Okay, did it go to your arms, your leg? Where did it go? Did it get
into the thighs?
Where'd it go?
Into the thighs.
It makes no sense. Okay. Like, you got a long ass back out like cardboard. So you got a cardboard butt, but it's okay. Flat booties matter, because think about it like this. If your butt is flat, your man can use it for it instead of like a cooking board. He can use your butts, okay, and just chop, and you save like $20 or $30 for a cooking board. It's not too bad.
So it's a cooking board, but you saw a party put his whole glass in Meg's booty the other day. So
I saw that.
They won't be able to do that.
Yeah, but it's okay. God makes everybody, the same. Everybody different. You gotta, get what you can get. Same thing with women. I don't understand. I feel like this is irresponsible. Women who have like childish breasts but really big butts, like your breasts look like the cookies in the oven that finished baking. I don't understand, sis. It makes no sense, But yes, my name is Kyndra Crump. I'm gonna go ahead and end it there because I am red flagged out.
Oh, Kyndra, you are amazing. I want my talkers out there to know that Kyndra literally slid up in my DM. Well, actually, she slid up in my inbox and emailed me. And it was something she did. I'm so happy to have her on the show. She's an up and coming comedian. So please follow her on social media. Kyndra, go ahead and get the people your social handles and where they can find you and where they can hear you at on your podcast, all that good stuff.
Yeah, y'all can find me on the corner. But while I'm not on the corner, y'all can find me on Instagram, the Kyndra Crump Show. So D as in the, KYN as in Nancy, DRACRUM as in Mary, P's and Paul Show. Not with no money sign, not no fake ass ASAP Rocky, SHOW. My YouTube is Kyndra Crump, KYNDRA. Please put a space between Kyndra and Crump because a lot of y'all's wheels on y'all's bus don't go round and round. Okay. My podcast. It's called the Kyndra Crump Show podcast. And sis, you are more than welcome to come on at any time. It's Friday nights at 9 o'clock. That's when I start recording. It doesn't get released till like 10 or 11 that night. So just, stay up if you want to. If not, it's okay. Listen tomorrow when you're well rested. The end.
And where can they find the podcast? Is it what platforms is it on?
Spotify, Anchor, Google, Apple, Breaker, Stitcher. Pandora's coming soon.
Awesome. And we will have that information down in the show notes.
It's a shame that you still got to put in the show notes because I talk as slow as I can, but people still don't understand. What she say? I can't find you.
Right. Even though you gave them all the N with Nancy's and K as in Ku Klux Klan, you gave them everything. And they so we'll have it down in the show notes. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe the Tynee Talks podcast. And make sure that you go ahead and follow Kyndra, the comedian. You be on the lookout for her. She's going to be on TV somewhere near you. She's going to be on a stage near you. But in the meantime, you can find her on some corner in the A. And Kyndra, in Tynee Talks fashion, now is the time to give your shout out. So who you giving a shout out tonight?
I want to shout out to all the couples out there who are sharing the same STD medication. Okay, I want to shout out to all the couples out there. Yeah, I know y'all not happy. Y'all just got herpes. Okay, that's why y'all still together. I want to shout out to all the women out there. Wait, no. I want to give a shout out to all the strippers out there who got to wait till one day homegirls get off so they can go ahead and go home. You've been working all day. Okay. I want to shout out to all the baby ass kids who had the silver caps in their mouth. I kind of wanted that. I want to be that bling bling cash.
We did research on that. Kids who have silver cap teeth are bad.
Of course. I don't, it's a shame, but that's it. But really I want to shout out Job in the Bible because his name looked like Job. But yeah, and shout out, God, and shout out my parents for mom not swallowing. All right, that's it.
Thank you so much, Kyndra. It was a pleasure having you on, and I would love to come on the Kyndra Crump Show, have my little Hennessy on the side or whatever and whatnot, and we can just talk about whatever.
Of course. Whenever. So
again, thank you all for listening to the Tynee Talks podcast, the podcast where you come to laugh and learn, the podcast that educates and entertains. And I hope that you all laughed your face off tonight with Kyndra Crump, aka JCI and Nelly's future baby mama.
And they lucky that somebody can shoot the club up. Whoever has the most money can sweet talk me out my drawers. Ain't nobody shut this club up. That's where my throat